I mean, if somebody would have told me 10 years ago that I'd be working on a bachelor's degree, that I'd be married, that I'd be a homeowner, that I'd have a CD on iTunes, that I'd be involved in a church and preaching the word of Jesus Christ, I would have told you that you're completely out of your mind.
The mission of the Salvation Army is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and meet human needs in His name without discrimination. And so we do that right here in Tampa through all that the Salvation Army provides. And really our unique ministry here in Tampa is our Red Shield Lodge that provides housing for 110 single men and women every night. The Red Shield Lodge is the ER of the streets. It's a place where men and women can come as they are choosing to leave homelessness. We call it a low barrier shelter, so we try to make it accessible to people as they are able to make that choice to forge a new path in their life and to reach out to the Salvation Army and say, I'm ready to make a change, I just need you to help me and hold me accountable.
If we can help people move from the street to their feet by realizing the skills and abilities God's given them, well, they can become the people He's created them to be. So our goal is to move people along that continuum, to develop the skills that they have, and we think that that means that they wouldn't be homeless anymore.
You know, my dad's retired military. My mom, she's retired from 2 different jobs. One was with the post office. I went to private school. My sister is currently a doctor. She's a veterinarian. She has her own practice. And I went a different route. It started when I was a teenager. You know, I smoked some weed. Next thing you know, I'm doing cocaine. Next thing you know, I'm getting kicked out of school. I'm moving on to harder drugs, you know, crack cocaine, heroin, opiates, pills. I went to jail. You know, my parents, being the parents they are, they bailed me right out. I ended up getting probation. I did probation for 1.5 years, violated probation. So I ended up going to prison. You know, I had no friends at this point. You know, anybody that was worth anything in my life, I've totally screwed over. You know, I've either stole from them, I've wronged them, you know, just my entire life. So completely alone with nothing. I had all the opportunity in the world, you know, and this is where I'm at. I'm laying on a sidewalk with all my stuff in a Publix bag. Where's the only place you can go to get help when you're in that condition? And that's the Salvation Army. My family had closed the door on me at this point, right? No, they won't even take my calls, but the Salvation Army is opening doors for me and, you know, letting me stay there. I've been sober now since February 28th, 2012.
It's that person who perhaps lost their job and didn't have any savings. It's that mother whose husband passed away and suddenly doesn't have enough income to pay the mortgage. It's the elderly person who's trying to make it off benefits, and it's just not enough anymore. That is what homelessness really looks like. Because the goal is not just to get them housed, the goal is for them to stay housed so that they can become productive members of society, they can begin to give back, they can share their experience with other people, and they too help change the face of homelessness as they do that as well.
So Todd's story is one that we've heard often. Somebody who the night before they came to us was truly sleeping on the street. I've been in the Salvation Army for 10 years now as a Salvation Army officer. In a way, I've been in my whole life. I'm a 6th generation Salvation Army officer. But I'm always amazed at how God puts us in this place. It's amazing to me that we get to come alongside of people, that there are donors who give to us regularly and help us come alongside people, that there's capacity within a community that God somehow put in the community's heart for us to be able to do the most good for people who are in need.
If I could say anything to donors, to the people out there I know that are making this possible, I would say thank you. Without your contribution to the Salvation Army, I'm not sure where I would be today, you know. I could possibly be dead. Everything that I have now is directly from the Salvation Army. My family's back in my life. Like I said, married, homeowner, puppies, school, a great job. I've almost been there, 5 years now. This is the longest I've ever worked anywhere. And I feel like an asset today, So my self-esteem has boosted, just everything. I just feel better about being me. And it all started, from a Salvation Army program.